Today I'm installing my brand new Spelab Intercooler kit and piping kit onto my 2008 Dodge 6.7 Cummins that FlashArcRacing.com sent me. And there's going to be a link down below if you guys want the discount. The code is FBC15. All right, got the business out of the way. So let's get into this. Now, I haven't worked on trucks for a long time. I'm just, on days off, I work, for those of you who don't know, I work up north in the oil field. I'm a truck driver. And on my days off, I just putter with trucks. So I got this awesome new intercooler kit and nice shiny piping kit. And I had never heard of this company, Spelab. I did a bunch of Googling, looked at reviews, and the reviews are really good, and the pricing is spectacular. And I talked to guys in the oil field up in northern Alberta, and a lot of them have heard of them. A lot of them say it's just awesome stuff. I've watched some videos, I've looked up other creators that are using it, and I had no idea that they make diff covers and radiators and intake horns, and I was blown away. So, guess we're gonna try it. See how this goes. Apparently, on a normal day, on a good day, this is a 2-hour job. I'm not feeling so great today. I'm pretty beat up, run down, so I'm gonna take my time. I believe this is 2003 to 2009 Cummins diesels, so 5.9 and 6.7s, and there should be 2 options for bolt holes for the condenser, because they mount from different places. Let's talk about the Dodge. This thing, I think I'm somewhere around 470,000 kilometers on it. I have a stage 2 AFE intake. It's deleted. 60 horse injectors. But I'm noticing I'm down on power. And I'm suspecting maybe it's time for a turbo. I'm also having grief with my H&S Mini Max freezing and not coming on, so I'm stuck in tow mode right now. So I'm supposed to do, a test drive and review before and after, see if it increases performance. And I've already read a bunch of reviews, and all of the reviews say they are noticing a difference after installing it. I'm just saying, for my situation, there's something else going on for the truck. And hey, we might as well start installing parts and see what happens. So, because I haven't driven it for a while, I'm going to take it for a quick spin, see how it is. Toasty out. No Mini Max. I can see. Yeah, I know you guys are probably expecting just an install video. Nope. It's more of a hangout with me while I install video. Because, I never get to be at the shop, so I'm having fun with this. Sounds good. like what it used to. So I'll pop the hood, let it cool off, and start pulling this thing apart. You gotta pull your intake box out so you can get to the boost tube. But I think we need one of those to get started. One of those. Oh right, I forgot. Trying to be professional here, you're supposed to disconnect your negative terminals on your batteries first. But everything looks pretty accessible. Like you got that one for your boost tube there, and the other one's just right here. And then you gotta undo this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. And I should be able to pull the condenser back enough to get the boost or the intercooler out. Then you got clamps right here, which look fairly accessible. I'll probably use a ratchet wrench. And right there. But I guess getting this tube out requires removing your intake. It doesn't look too bad. So a lot of videos say you have to undo the mass airflow sensor. When I'm removing my air box, the AFE, it's just one clamp and the whole unit comes out. And then the bottom of my box is just one bolt there. So now I have access to the entire pipe. And there's a tiny bit of movement inside my turbo. It's looking a little dark in there. So I suspect this thing's gonna get a turbo one day and a manifold. And my air filter is let's see, it's looking a little dirty, looking a little plugged, full of dust. Starting to get sucked in. So I'll clean it. That usually makes a difference anyway. And onto the piping. But now I got full access to that thing. Little side note, make sure you leave your tools all over the top of the truck and on the battery and on the front bumper so they're, you know, easy to find, easy to reach. That always helps. Makes the customers really happy if you're working on a customer's vehicle that you leave the tools all over the vehicle. One thing I would suggest is an 11mm ratchet wrench. Would make life easier for getting the clamps off the boost tubes. And when you buy the ratchet wrench kits, they usually come with a 10, a 12, and a 13. They usually don't come with 11. You gotta buy it separately. All right, boost tube number 1. I just got one more tube, and then it's unbolt the intercooler. Okay, the intercooler is in, and I just want to go over it quickly and show you guys the challenges I had with this little install. I've read a lot of reviews, so some of the challenges I already expected. So let's get into it. For starters, the intercooler from Spelab, you're going to have to get 6mm bolts for your condenser. The factory Dodge ones are a lot bigger. So you'll need 4 6mm bolts so your condenser can bolt back on. I was struggling to get it out with the condenser in the way. And so I took my screwdriver and checked to see if there was any pressure in there. Anyways, I suspected that my condenser got a rock in it and leaked. So there was no pressure. So I just disconnected it, moved it out of the way to make life easier. And let me tell you, it's way better that way. This boost tube going in was super easy. This one fits super nice. And by the way, these are 3.5 inch. Your factory Dodge ones are 3 inch. So this tube goes in, super nice. If you're looking for a proper install video, there's some really good ones out there. That's not what I'm doing. I want to tell you just the basics about what I ran into. You know, there's 2 little grommets on the inside that sit on a frame across there. You got to swap these 2 here. They pop out super easy and transfer over to the new one really easy. Everything fits nice. These lined up. This one a little more challenging. That one pops in nicely, and this clamp should probably turn so it's facing upwards. Would make life easier, so don't do what I did. Put that silicone fitting on first, then the tube will slide in and pop into it. All of that went really nice and easy. So I just left my intake off so that you guys could see. Now I can put my intake back in, bolt the condenser up, and this thing's done. Oh, I know what I forgot. Had troubles with the silicone fittings here. So you get a big clamp for there, and this is a lot bigger. I think this is 4-inch, and so is the intercooler. But the actual silicone silicone fittings are not, and nobody in town had them anywhere. So what we did was we took this one, heated it up, put it over the top of a, you know, the cap from your welding bottle. We heated it up, put it over there as much as we could, and left it there so it would stretch it out. And then just a couple of screwdrivers like you're changing a tire. And took 2 of us. Andy gave me a hand. Thank you, Andy. And we got that on. And then the problem was that the clamp didn't fit. So we had to get creative with this clamp. But it didn't require any extra parts other than the 6mm bolts. All in all, I do believe that if you know and have what you need, this is a 2-hour project. So I'm going to slap it together and it's time to go for a drive. So I ran into one other little problem. When bolting my condenser in, I got these 2 6mm bolts in, and these holes don't line up at all. You can see how far out that is? Like that's got to be a 1/2 inch. So that means it's got to drill new holes, which is not a big deal. But, you know, these are just little details. I don't mind being the test mule. These are just little tiny details for a company to work out down the road as they're going. And that's going to happen. But most of the install was really good. Everything fit. Just minor little stuff like those and the silicone boots. It's all together, intake's in, air filter's clean. That's got to be worth 50 horse right there. Oh, hey, front hood. Really? Everything looks normal. Not sealing, so I'm losing boost. All right, round 2. Tightened all of the clamps, every single one of them. There was about 3 that weren't quite as tight as the others, so we'll see. It has more power. I can still hear a little bit of a leak. I got a whistle, but it is it's very noticeable in the seat. I'm actually surprised that it pulls harder. Wow. And you can still hear the squeal of the leak. So if I get that leak, I'll make proper boost. I must be losing a little. But It pulls way harder. It feels fun again. Wow, my truck was lacking, and I don't know where the problem is. I can't tell how much boost I'm making because the Minimax is not working at all at this point. Yeehaw! The Dodge is fun again. I didn't think an intercooler would be a noticeable difference, but it is. Well, I'm happy. I'm really happy with it. More power always makes me happy. And I love my Dodge, and I love seeing new parts go on it. So, Flash Arc Racing, you guys are awesome. Thank you. You guys check out their website. Spelab, love your products. And don't forget the link and the code down below if you want a discount. And I'm actually going to try more of their parts, because I saw their diff covers and they look really nice. So, thank you. Thank you so much. It's just, it's unbelievable when companies are nice enough to just send me parts to try out. You have no idea how much I love parts. And it's literally what I would spend my paychecks on all the time for years. So, thank you so much for that. That's just awesome. What a great company. What a great product. My Dodge makes more power. It's awesome.